If you're turning 50 and you're drinking coffee the way most men do, you're unknowingly destroying your testosterone production, crushing your morning erections, worsening your prostate symptoms, disrupting your sleep, and accelerating the aging process. And the tragic part is you think you're doing nothing wrong because everyone drinks coffee this way. I'm Dr. Madison Li, board-certified urologist with over 12 years of experience, and what I'm about to reveal will probably upset you at first because it contradicts what you've been doing for decades. But once you understand the physiology and see the results from making one simple change, you'll wonder why no doctor ever told you this before. Coffee itself is not the problem. In fact, when consumed correctly, coffee has remarkable health benefits for men over 50. The problem is the timing, the quantity, the additions, and the way it interacts with your body's natural hormone cycles. Get these factors wrong, which most men do, and coffee becomes a slow poison that degrades your vitality day after day, year after year. But here's what makes this urgent. The damage compounds over time. At 40, your body can compensate for poor coffee habits. At 50, those same habits start showing consequences. By 60, the damage is severe and much harder to reverse. The time to correct this is now, at 50, before another decade of incorrect coffee consumption steals your energy, your sexual function, and your health. Stay until the end because I'm revealing the exact coffee protocol for men over 50. When to drink it, when to never drink it, what to add, what to avoid, and how to use coffee strategically to boost testosterone, improve prostate health, enhance mental clarity, and increase longevity instead of destroying all of these. Let me start with a story that perfectly illustrates what I'm talking about. His name was Thomas. He came to see me at 52 years old with multiple complaints. His energy was terrible despite sleeping 7 to 8 hours per night. He had no morning erections, none at all. His prostate symptoms were worsening, getting up 3 to 4 times per night to urinate. His anxiety was high. And he felt like he was aging rapidly. We ran his labs. His testosterone was low, 320 nanograms per deciliter. His cortisol pattern was completely inverted, high at night when it should be low, low in the morning when it should be high. His sleep quality measured by tracking devices was poor despite adequate sleep duration. I asked him about his daily routine. He told me he woke up at 6 a.m., immediately drank a large cup of coffee with cream and sugar, drank another cup mid-morning, another after lunch, and sometimes one more in the late afternoon. 4 to 5 cups daily, from morning until 3 or 4 p.m. I told him his coffee habit was destroying him. He looked at me like I was crazy. Coffee? I've been drinking coffee like this for 30 years. It's never been a problem. That's the issue. It wasn't a problem at 30 or 40. It's a massive problem at 50. I gave him a new coffee protocol. Specific timing, specific preparation, specific limits. He was skeptical but agreed to try it for 8 weeks. 8 weeks later, everything had changed. His testosterone had increased to 480 without any other intervention. His morning erections returned. His nighttime urination dropped to once or not at all. His energy was stable throughout the day. His anxiety decreased significantly. His sleep quality improved dramatically. He said, "I can't believe changing how I drink coffee made this much difference." It sounds too simple. Simple doesn't mean unimportant. Small changes in daily habits compound into massive health differences over time. So let me explain exactly what's happening in your body when you drink coffee incorrectly after 50, and why the same habits that were fine at 30 become devastating at 50. Mistake 1. Drinking coffee immediately upon waking. This is what most men do. Alarm goes off, stumble to the kitchen, start the coffee maker, drink it within 30 minutes of waking. This is destroying your cortisol rhythm and your testosterone production. Here's why. When you first wake up, your body naturally produces a surge of cortisol. This is healthy and necessary. It's called the cortisol awakening response. This natural cortisol surge gives you energy, alertness, and prepares your body for the day. It peaks about 30 to 45 minutes after waking. When you drink coffee immediately upon waking, the caffeine spikes your cortisol even higher, creating an unnatural surge. Your body interprets this as chronic stress. Over time, this dysregulates your entire cortisol rhythm. Your morning cortisol response becomes blunted. You produce less natural cortisol in the morning and more at night when you should have less. This inverted cortisol pattern has catastrophic effects. High nighttime cortisol disrupts sleep, suppresses testosterone production, which happens during sleep, increases anxiety, promotes fat storage especially around your midsection, and accelerates aging. Additionally, drinking coffee on an empty stomach first thing in the morning increases stomach acid production dramatically. This can damage your stomach lining over time, worsen acid reflux, and create digestive issues. After 50, your stomach lining is more vulnerable to this damage. Mistake 2. Drinking coffee after 2 p.m. Caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours. That means if you drink coffee at 3 p.m., half the caffeine is still in your system at 8 or 9 p.m. A quarter of it is still there at 2 or 3 a.m. Even if you think it doesn't affect your sleep because you can fall asleep fine, it's destroying your deep sleep and REM sleep quality. Sleep trackers consistently show that afternoon caffeine reduces deep sleep by 20 to 40% even when total sleep time is unchanged. Deep sleep is when your body produces testosterone, growth hormone, and repairs tissues. REM sleep is when your brain processes emotions and consolidates memories. Reduce these sleep stages and you accelerate aging, reduce testosterone, impair recovery, and degrade cognitive function. For men over 50 whose sleep architecture is already declining naturally, afternoon caffeine is particularly damaging. You can't afford to further reduce your deep sleep and REM sleep. You need every minute you can get. Mistake 3. Adding sugar or artificial sweeteners to coffee. Sugar spikes insulin, promotes inflammation, feeds harmful gut bacteria, and contributes to insulin resistance. After 50, your insulin sensitivity is already declining. Adding sugar to your daily coffee accelerates this decline. Artificial sweeteners are even worse. They disrupt gut bacteria, increase sugar cravings, and some studies suggest they may actually worsen insulin resistance despite having 0 calories. Your gut microbiome, which affects everything from immune function to mood to testosterone production, is damaged by artificial sweeteners. Mistake 4. Adding conventional dairy cream. Most commercial coffee creamers, even the ones marketed as natural, contain inflammatory seed oils, emulsifiers, and additives that damage your gut lining and promote inflammation. Chronic inflammation is the root cause of nearly every age-related disease including prostate enlargement, cardiovascular disease, and cognitive decline. Even regular cream from conventional dairy contains hormones and inflammatory compounds from cows fed an unnatural diet. After 50, your body's ability to handle inflammatory insults decreases. What you could tolerate at 30 causes problems at 50. Mistake 5. Drinking too much coffee overall. 1 to 2 cups daily of properly timed, properly prepared coffee has health benefits. 4 to 6 cups daily, which many men consume, creates chronic overstimulation of your adrenal glands. This leads to adrenal fatigue, where your body becomes less responsive to cortisol, you feel tired despite high caffeine intake, and your stress response becomes dysfunctional. Additionally, excessive caffeine increases urinary frequency, which is the last thing men over 50 with prostate issues need. It also depletes magnesium and B vitamins, both critical for testosterone production and energy metabolism. Now let me give you the correct coffee protocol for men over 50. This protocol maximizes benefits and eliminates damage. Rule 1. Never drink coffee within the first 90 minutes of waking. Let your natural cortisol awakening response happen without interference. Use this time for morning sunlight exposure, light movement, hydration with water, and if you exercise, do it during this window. Your first coffee should be between 90 minutes and 2 hours after waking. For most men, this means 7:30 to 9 a.m. if you wake at 6 a.m. Rule 2. Never drink coffee after 12 p.m. Noon is your absolute cutoff. This ensures caffeine is mostly cleared from your system by bedtime. Yes, this means no afternoon coffee. No post-lunch espresso. If you feel an afternoon energy dip, that's a sign your sleep quality is poor or your blood sugar regulation is off, both of which need to be addressed directly, not masked with caffeine. Rule 3. Limit to 1 to 2 cups daily, maximum. 1 cup of 8 to 12 ounces is ideal. 2 cups if you tolerate caffeine well and have no sleep issues. More than this provides diminishing returns and increasing downsides. Rule 4. Drink coffee black or with specific approved additions. Black coffee is ideal. If you must add something, use 1 tablespoon of grass-fed butter or ghee, or 1 tablespoon of MCT oil or coconut oil. These healthy fats provide sustained energy, don't spike insulin, and actually enhance coffee's benefits by slowing caffeine absorption and providing ketones for brain fuel. This is the basis of bulletproof coffee, which when done correctly, has real benefits for men over 50. Never add sugar, artificial sweeteners, or conventional creamers. If you absolutely need sweetness, use a tiny amount of raw honey or stevia, but ideally, retrain your palate to enjoy coffee without sweetness. Rule 5. Always consume coffee with food or after a light meal, never on an empty stomach. This protects your stomach lining, moderates caffeine absorption, and prevents blood sugar crashes. A breakfast with protein, healthy fat, and some complex carbs before or with your coffee is ideal. Rule 6. Use high-quality, organic, mold-free coffee. Cheap coffee often contains mold toxins called mycotoxins that stress your liver and immune system. After 50, your detoxification capacity is reduced. High-quality, properly stored, freshly ground organic coffee minimizes this toxic load. Rule 7. Cycle off caffeine regularly. 1 week per month, eliminate coffee completely. This prevents tolerance buildup, allows your adrenal glands to reset, and ensures you're not dependent on caffeine for basic function. During the off week, use decaf coffee, herbal tea, or hot water with lemon. Now let me explain the benefits you'll experience when you follow this protocol correctly. Benefit 1. Restored cortisol rhythm. Delaying coffee for 90 minutes after waking allows your natural cortisol response to function properly. Over weeks, your circadian rhythm strengthens. You have more natural energy in the morning, less anxiety during the day, lower cortisol at night, and better sleep quality. This supports testosterone production and overall hormonal balance. Benefit 2. Improved sleep quality. Cutting off caffeine at noon ensures it's cleared by bedtime. Your deep sleep and REM sleep percentages increase. Sleep tracking data shows 15 to 30% improvements in deep sleep within 2 weeks of eliminating afternoon caffeine. Better sleep means more testosterone, better recovery, improved mood, and enhanced cognitive function. Benefit 3. Reduced prostate irritation. Excessive caffeine irritates the bladder and prostate. Limiting to 1 to 2 cups before noon reduces urinary frequency and urgency. Many men report dropping from 3 nighttime bathroom trips to 1 or none just from this change alone. Benefit 4. Stabilized energy and blood sugar. When you time coffee correctly and avoid sugar, your energy becomes more stable throughout the day. No more afternoon crashes. No more dependence on multiple cups just to function. Your body learns to produce energy naturally again. Benefit 5. Increased testosterone production. Proper cortisol rhythm, better sleep, reduced stress response, and eliminating sugar all support testosterone production. Men following this protocol often see testosterone increases of 50 to 100 points within 8 weeks with no other changes. Benefit 6. Cognitive benefits without downsides. Coffee's antioxidants, particularly chlorogenic acids, support brain health, reduce inflammation, and may lower risk of cognitive decline. When consumed correctly, you get these benefits without the sleep disruption, anxiety, and hormonal chaos that come from incorrect use. Let me share another patient story. Richard, 54 years old. He'd been drinking 4 to 5 cups of coffee daily for 30 years. First cup at 6 a.m., last cup at 4 p.m. He complained of poor sleep, low energy despite lots of caffeine, anxiety, and frequent urination. His testosterone was 290. I put him on the correct coffee protocol. 1 cup at 8 a.m., black with 1 tablespoon of grass-fed butter. Hard cut off at noon. 1 week per month completely off. Within 6 weeks, his sleep quality improved dramatically. His energy paradoxically increased despite consuming less caffeine. His urinary frequency reduced. His anxiety reduced. 8 weeks later, his testosterone was 410. 12 weeks later, 470. He told me, I thought I needed coffee to function. Turns out I needed less coffee, consumed correctly, to actually function well. Now let me address the arguments I always hear when I tell men to change their coffee habits. Argument 1. I've been drinking coffee this way my whole life and I'm fine. You're not fine. You're 50 with low testosterone, poor sleep, low energy, and prostate symptoms. That's not fine. And the coffee habit that worked at 25 is destroying you at 50 because your body's resilience has changed. Argument 2. I can't function without my morning coffee. That's because you've trained your body to depend on external stimulation instead of producing natural energy. When you reset your cortisol rhythm and improve your sleep, you'll have more natural morning energy than you've had in years. It takes 2 to 3 weeks to adjust, but the result is worth it. Argument 3. I need afternoon coffee to get through my day. If you need afternoon caffeine to function, the problem isn't lack of caffeine. The problem is poor sleep, poor nutrition, insulin resistance, or inadequate recovery. Fix the root cause instead of masking symptoms with stimulants that make the underlying problems worse. Argument 4. This is too extreme. Everything in moderation. This protocol isn't extreme. Drinking 4 to 6 cups of coffee daily from morning to late afternoon is extreme. Having 1 to 2 cups in a specific window with proper preparation is moderation. Don't confuse normalized excess with moderation. Here's what I want you to understand. Coffee is a drug. Caffeine is a stimulant that affects your nervous system, hormone production, and sleep architecture. At 30, your body has enough resilience to handle poor caffeine habits. At 50, it doesn't. The same habits that were benign become destructive simply because your physiology has changed. You have 2 choices. Continue drinking coffee the way you always have and accept declining energy, testosterone, sleep, and prostate health. Or make strategic changes to how you consume coffee and experience improvements across all these areas. The protocol I've given you isn't theoretical. It's what works in real men with real results. The physiology is clear. The clinical outcomes are consistent. The question is whether you're willing to change a habit you've had for decades based on new information. Here's my challenge to you. Starting tomorrow, implement the correct coffee protocol. No coffee for 90 minutes after waking. Hard cutoff at noon. Maximum 2 cups. Black or with healthy fats only. High-quality beans. 1 week off per month. Do this for 8 weeks. Track your sleep quality with a tracking device if possible. Note your energy levels, your urinary symptoms, your mood. If you're getting labs done, note your testosterone before and after. After 8 weeks, assess your results. Then come back and leave a comment. Tell other men what changed. Your experience could convince someone else to make this adjustment. If this video revealed that a daily habit you thought was harmless is actually damaging your health, hit that like button. Share this with men over 50 who are drinking coffee incorrectly, which is almost all of them. Subscribe to this channel for information that challenges conventional habits and gives you science-based strategies for optimal health after 50. I tell you what works, even when it contradicts what you've always done. Turn on notifications so you never miss content that could transform your health by correcting simple daily habits. Comment below and tell me, how many cups of coffee do you drink daily and at what times? And are you willing to try the correct protocol for 8 weeks? Share this video with any man over 50. This simple change in how they consume coffee could improve their testosterone, sleep, prostate health, and energy more than any supplement or medication. Remember, this is educational content based on physiology and clinical observation. It doesn't replace individualized medical advice. Work with healthcare providers who understand how daily habits affect long-term health. I'm Dr. Madison Li, and I'll leave you with this. The most powerful health interventions are often the simplest. Not new supplements. Not expensive treatments. Just correcting daily habits you've had for decades. Coffee is a tool. Used correctly, it enhances your health. Used incorrectly, it destroys it. Your testosterone, your sleep, your prostate, and your energy are waiting to improve. Starting with your next cup of coffee. See you in the next video.